I don't have the show audio. Why isn't the song playing?
Your shit's probably just a little bit behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. Someone must have post notifications on. I mean, we pretty much stick to the 8:15.
Wait,
think
did
so.
that?
We try to.
Did you guys not play the drop on that?
I played.
we
it.
did.
Your computer's just a little bit dumb. I think it's
Apparently, I didn't get it.
It's fine. You want to try it again? Here we go.
No.
See if you hear this. No.
Oh,
if this is a bit, this is really good.
It's not. I swear to God, Jake. All right, just
seriously not a bit.
leave and come back real quick. See if it fixes it. And me and Tyler will talk shit about you. Go ahead.
Oh wow! I'm so glad he's gone.
That guy. Oh my.
Now we can finally get the show started.
Let's go. Let's see how fast we can get through the show without Jake. What's up, buddy? How's it going?
What's up? Good. How are you?
Great.
I'm doing good. Oh, fuck, he's back.
Fuck, he's back.
You guys like me a lot.
Let's try again. Ready?
Yeah, very good. Let's live diagnose this.
Check the gas tank. You know,
you guys got any more IT problems we can work through live?
Probably. We're probably about to have some
live and pre-recorded, not edited.
I've been thinking about running an HDMI cable through the ceiling here. You guys want to run through that on the show?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's fish it through the walls.
Slink you out, dude.
I have no idea what Slink looks like, but I will show up in Florida and be wholesale ass.
This picture isn't that far off.
He looks
like if I were to think of an animated version of Slink, I mean, this isn't not close.
Yes. Okay.
So, anyways, welcome back to the show. Those Fantasy Dudes podcast. Oh, wrong window.
Us.
Sorry about that. That's job.
God, we're falling apart. We got through the intro.
Yeah, what is this? We're going into week 14, boys. It's December 4th. Thanksgiving behind us. Halloween far behind us at this point. The holidays around the corner here. Have you bought my presents yet?
Of course.
You bought my gift. It's already wrapped under the tree, ready to go.
We haven't done our Secret Santa stuff yet. I'm not buying
we need
something.
To get on that because what's the limit? $5?
$5.
$5.
You can't get anything for $5 these days.
Okay, one thing I would love to do this is that we do a Secret Santa, but you have to just wrap something from your home.
Oh my God.
I have so much crap at my house that I could.
I don't want. That's a negative exchange for me with you because I'm gonna get a stupid fucking Funko Pop.
No, Golden. No, it has to be something like
you can have this half-used generic Dayquil.
I'm giving you
Dayquil right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm giving you paint from the garage.
I could use some. Is it enough to paint a wall?
No.
Like at least one. No, it's just okay. Well, that's not very helpful.
It's too bad.
Okay. Anyways, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, John. We got T-Dog here. We got Tyler. Clinched playoffs, not in the League of Record. You clinched the toilet bowl in the League of Record.
Ooh, League of what? You mean the god awful trash tier fucking redraft garbage keeper league that we're in?
You're in last place.
Or are you talking about the super awesome cool Dynasty league that I'm really good at in league?
I guess not.
Tyler did not hate it as much when he was in the playoffs the last 2 years.
Oh, well, I still kind of did because right from the get-go, man, those keepers were disgusting. Everyone's like, yeah, I've got Justin Jefferson for a 15th, Jamar Chase for a 10th, Kyron Williams for free,
14th, A-Chain for a 10th.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what happened here? Who let this happen?
Next year, I'm getting Bucky Irving for a 13th.
You can have him. That's fine.
Yeah, that's probably a 1-year wonder, Jake. I hope to God it is.
I don't know, man. I don't think somebody who's averaged like over 5 carry this season is a 1-year wonder.
Rashad White's the man.
He's averaged.
If you want to have a really good RB2, you can have Bucky Irving for a 12th.
It's basically one guy. If you have both of them, then it's an RB1.
You're smoking crack.
You literally split carries. That's crazy. All right.
That's Fantasy Dudes. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Fantasy Dudes Pod on X. Give us money.
25 carries
in bio. That's pretty good.
He rushed for 152 and 1.
Who'd they play?
Damn.
Carolina. The week before they played the Giants.
Carolina.
Oh, they played the worst team.
They played San Francisco and he put up 17.7.
Because he got like 9 targets, probably.
16. No, he got 3. He put up 16 against Baltimore, 18 against New Orleans.
Jake's ready to die on this Bucky Irving hill.
Jake, Bucky Irving put up 152 against Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good for Saquon Barkley against me.
No,
I'm concerned. I'm not looking forward to next week. I've made it this far, and it's probably going to all crash and burn. Either way,
there's no way you're making playoffs, brother.
Fucking eat your own ass, you piece of shit.
This might be the best start of a running back the entire season. Saquon Barkley versus Carolina. The only thing you have to hope for is that
it's a trap game. It's a trap game.
They somehow beat them through the air so hard that they put in Kenny Gainwell. That's the only thing you have to hope for. He doesn't break off on him.
Gainwell, he likes to use his given name, not Kenny.
Whatever, Johnny.
Name.
Okay, Jake, don't ever fucking call me that again.
Yeah.
Joe Nathan.
If you are watching the show and you'd rather listen, you can do so on the various podcast platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Radio, Stitcher, Castbox, Reason, Radio Republic, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Bullhorn, Castro, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, Podcast Guru, Podcast Republic, Podverse, and Spotify for podcasters.
That might be the worst one you've done all season.
I think I want to cut this part of the show because I feel like
I can't imagine it's really getting us much traction.
It's not fun for me. I want you to know this is not fun because you start off the show sounding like an idiot and then you go downhill from there. So,
right.
I enjoyed it for the record.
Best case scenario, you sound all right, and we're like, nice job, John. Worst case scenario, we just make fun of you.
Right. I know and I know you're gonna make fun of me. So the second I fuck up, it's
worse.
It's over. Just get in your own head about it. You're cooked.
There's nothing good about it. Something that I do feel confident with is the Brittany Mahomes update.
Brittany Mahomes update. Brittany Mahomes update.
I really don't want to do another one of these stupid outfit things.
You took the fucking week off, Jake. You took the week off, and Brittany.
I was celebrating my birthday.
Brittany never sleeps, Jake. Brittany doesn't take any time off.
No.
She doesn't miss any weeks.
You wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't get it either.
Idiot. Something you also actually you would understand because you are engaged is Josh Allen got engaged to Haley Steinfeld. That's fun.
Boo.
No, listen, Tyler. This is somebody
not either of them
that you can't be mad at. The man.
Are you sure?
Gets engaged to Haley Steinfeld in Malibu and then throws, receives, and rushes for a touchdown in the same game. That's pretty cool.
I heard through the grapevine that he wrongly dumped his girlfriend of many years that he knew all through college last year, and now is with this Hollywood wench.
Wench? Excuse me, Tyler?
Yeah,
are you talking about the star of Pitch Perfect 2?
Anna Kendrick?
And Bumblebee?
God, who is that? She's famous.
It's Haley
That's what I'm saying, dude.
No one knows who that is.
I only know her through John saying shit like this.
She sings some songs that aren't that popular, but she was also in True Grit. You know True Grit?
Yeah, from like 20 years ago.
All right, just look her up. If you care, look it up. I'm really happy for him. Way more happy than I am for Brittany Mahomes, who's really starting to show. That baby bump's coming through. This is, geez,
these are so painfully awkward. What is
she's about to pop?
Stop.
Here's the thing. Okay, pregnancy photos, like as a 29-year-old man that's never been pregnant, they seem just like I can't relate to the fact that like this is very much a thing. Is like you take photos of that.
It's so awkward.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't. And like if I were the kid I grew up and I saw these photos, I'd be like, I don't think I need to see that. But
I'd be like, ooh, yeah. I don't. That's kind of weird. Yeah. I'm not hating on like maternity photo shoots. I think that's cool. It's just
I am a little bit.
It's just her with like a flat white background making like a neutral face. It's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Bronze also had a second birthday, so that's fun. Looks like they all had customized.
Man, they gave him 2 birthdays.
Yeah, he made it. He's 2 years old.
He did it.
Second birthday party. Oh, look at Brittany. Like she's even Jesus. 9 months pregnant, going right down the slide. Good for her. Bronze still looking like a goblin. Where can we buy these? I wonder. These bronze jerseys. You think we could buy those somewhere?
I hope not.
They just rent out a Chuck E. Cheese?
God, he dragged his face down the slide.
He has rug burns on his face.
Watch out. Oh, big collision.
Jake, if you were if there was a gig and you could be hired to be the videographer for this,
absolutely not.
Do it. What if they offered you like $5,000?
You couldn't pay me $50 million to do this shoot.
There's a number, but I would $5,000 for a single day shoot. Just at the
all you have
party?
to do is shoot it. You don't even have to edit it. They'll send it to an editor. You have to shoot this though.
Oh yeah, $5,000. Yeah, I would.
You would? Wow, that's honestly, Jake, low bar.
Yeah.
Really? $500 million
man, and you would do it for $5K?
I mean, if
I
that's
would ask for like $20K. Just me. Yeah, second birthday. They also had a little Thanksgiving celebration. Thanksgiving.
I don't want to argue rates, but you're not getting $20K.
I think I could get $20K.
I don't think you could get $20K.
You don't know what I'm worth.
Not $20K.
You don't think so?
No.
What do you think of these outfits? Pretty tame for Thanksgiving.
Pretty tame.
Crazier.
Yeah. Very neutral.
Yeah, and they really blended in the background. I don't know. They have a good stylist, if you ask me.
Yeah. Also, they go broke on her sideline fits, so they need to tone it down every once in a while.
Oh, 100%.
That outfit still is probably like $700 or something.
The shoes alone are probably $2,200. But keep that in mind because it's time for the Brittany Mahomes fit check.
Fucking A every week.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what time it is.
Yep. You know it.
It's Fit Check with Brittany Mahomes. Yep. Here we go. Jake's favorite segment. We're talking clothes, shoes, dresses, maybe even bags. What's Bronze wearing? Let's find out.
This goes on forever.
I'm tired.
Oh, man.
Fit Check with Brittany Mahomes.
The what's Bronze wearing? Let's find out. That's tough to know.
What's Bronze wearing? Let's find out.
Let's find out.
The timing on it is just too good.
Again, if you're listening, I highly recommend just watching it because the first 45 minutes of the show are almost useless. So, either way, sadly, we're not going to find out what Bronze is wearing because it's not included in this list of clothing items. Because I think this shirt is Patrick's. I don't think this is Bronze's shirt here on the bottom. Yeah, because like Patrick's shoes aren't here.
Adult man, so definitely not.
Man, his jeans are here. What kind of? No, okay.
We'll have to
okay. We got a lot of items here. We got Brittany's shirt. We got the skirt or the dress or whatever. We got her white boots. We got Patrick's shirt, Patrick's jeans, Sterling's dress, Sterling's socks, and I think those are Bronze's shoes. Oh my God, we're all over the place.
You couldn't have picked a different one.
No, because it's Thanksgiving, you know. So if you're new to the segment, you know, we take a look at what Brittany's wearing and we try to guess how much it costs, and the loser, whoever's the furthest away, is gonna have to get a couple cold ice water in their face at the end of the year. So,
love
Jake,
it.
Get out the document. I hope you can track.
I am. We should do this at the Pats Chargers.
100%. I think we have to. At least the Brittany Mahomes check.
Do the waters?
Yeah.
The ice
game
freeze to death.
That sounds
You're insane.
Horrible.
There's no way.
Hot boiling water.
No, absolutely not.
Then we go to the hospital after. I don't know about that.
There's definitely a hospital at Gillette. Yeah, the Dana-Farber Cancer Center's right there.
Oh, perfect. They'll know how to treat my burns.
Look, I'm sure if they can treat cancer, they can treat burns, Tyler.
I don't know. That's a pretty complicated injury.
It's probably not a very typical injury at Gillette Stadium. Burns, maybe from Dunkin'.
Oh, come on, hot coffee. For sure, it happens.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, you know, get your pens, get your calculators ready. We're gonna start out with Brittany's shirt. And
damn, I lost last week against you.
Oh wait, yeah. So everybody do your calculations and put it in the private chat what your final number is. I'm gonna go ahead and open up a calculator and just wing it here.
Any notable brands across any of those, or is it all like revolve.com, whatever?
That's right. We got to go over this. There's a lot of items here, so try to keep up. So for the crop top, it's sleek early crop top from revolveclothing.com.
Sad that I know this.
Of course, we've done this way too many times. Let's see, for the mini skirt or maxi skirt. Sorry, everybody. It's a maternity adjustable waist rib knit maxi skirt over the belly, stretchy, pregnancy long from Amazon.
Ooh, that's got to be a dupe. She's not wearing Amazon.
Okay, no. Let's do the one from revolve.com. That's the second one here.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. The shoes, there's some from DSW, there's some from Nordstrom's, and there's some from revolve.com. I think we should do DSW.
DSW's designer shoe warehouse, that's usually it's kind of like the lower end. I'm going to say we should go
Mark Fisher. Is that, I don't know.
Mark Fisher.
I don't know, women's boots.
It's not bad.
So.
What was the other one? It was a department store? Nordstrom. Oh, yeah.
They look to me like the DSW shoes. If you look closely, they're more of the white than the off-white. So I'm going to go with
I think given the options, I think you're right, DSW. Let's say that.
Patrick's shirt is from Guess. That's a brand.
That's a brand. Okay.
The pants from Nordstrom's. There's no way he wears Nordstrom jeans, but okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sterling's is from H&M. Sterling's dress from H&M. Cotton muslin dress. Jake, you're paying attention, right?
Nope.
Okay. Then you just keep in mind you have to play along, otherwise you have a cup of water as a result of not paying attention.
I feel something about that feels better to me morally.
Okay. I hate that I'm saying this out loud, but trim fit 3-pack decorative socks, little girls and big girls from Macy's.
Why include the socks of all things? What is this website? Good Lord.
I don't know. I think, oh, wow, these are UGG shoes. I think these are the only thing that Bronze is actually wearing are these shoes. Or maybe these are Sterling. These are Sterling shoes. I'm so sorry. UGG shoes. The bow that Sterling is wearing is from Masonette. And let's see. Bronze's shirt is the essential short sleeve from something. Doesn't even say the brand. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. God, I'm exhausted already. Okay.
We're guessing for every bit of that.
Every bit that we talked about. There's obviously some duplicates in there because they're trying to get the brand right. But we'll do the ones that we talked about.
Where are the jeans from? The jeans were from
Nordstrom?
Nordstrom's as well. I don't think Nordstrom's makes it cheaper per se.
Not necessarily, but they don't carry if it's like a Nordstrom generic, maybe? I don't know. This is going to be a tough one.
Be like $20, right? The shoes. Oh god.
All right, I got it.
Yeah, I got my guess as well.
All right, I'm hoping that I'm under. Here we go. I was pretty frugal with it. Here we go.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god. Holy shit. $3,400 was
$3,400.
Oh my god.
I thought I was being frugal. I thought you guys would go way over that.
I don't know about Mark Fisher boots. That might throw me for a loop, but
I think John's getting
I think you guys are going to be
smoked on this.
I think you guys.
I'll tell you what. I think I'm closest without going over though. There's no way this is more than 3,400. That's crazy.
Wait, if that happens, then John. Okay, yeah, John would lose if it was like
right.
If I'm the closest, then Jake loses. So for reference, Jake was $675. Tyler was $795. I said $3,400. So very far off. Tyler, can you get your calculator ready, please?
Good guesses. Yes, calc is ready. That's short for calculator.
Honestly, my original guess was 800 until you said, I'm going to try to undercut this.
Interesting. Okay, here we go with Brittany's crop tee.
Please be like $300.
You already know this is going to be, fucking way too expensive.
Wow, $88.
Okay.
Revolve.com.
$88.
I think I said $200 for me. I thought surely $200 at least. Okay. We went with this one. This is the mini skirt, $97. Shit.
Okay. We're at 185. We'll keep it rolling here.
The shoes are gonna make it for me. Here we go with the DSW Mark Fisher Mania boots.
I wouldn't hold your breath on this.
Come on. She pays a lot for her shoes. Fuck. What?
Nice.
139.
139. Oh, I'm fucked.
What we're paying? We do retail.
Yeah, we do full retail
price.
That's so
Black
stupid.
Friday on those
Designer Warehouse has never ever listed those for a fucking $130. That's the
whole
full
retail
brand.
That's the MSRP. Manufacturer suggested retail price.
That's stupid.
All right, the guest T-shirt for Patrick is $50.
$50. I'll put in 49, so we're totally above board here.
Wow, I couldn't be any further off this week. That's crazy. The Nordstrom Slim Fit jeans for Patrick, $200. Okay, I'm still definitely gonna lose here, but
oh my god,
yeah, you're kind of cooked unless those Uggs are $2,000.
It's actually the gray ones. Yeah, I don't think the Uggs are 2K. Sterling's dress from H&M. Tyler.
All right.
Might want to erase your internet history after this one.
Oh fuck. Oh, I don't want to type this in.
You have to. It's
Hey man, I gotta tell you,
cotton muslin dress H&M.
if any of us are getting investigated,
$29.99.
Fuck. How'd you find it that quick? It's like you already had it up or something. It's weird.
Just power of the internet.
All right. So for the socks, Sterling socks.
How did you type so fast?
What? Access denied.
What were the socks called?
John.
These are the weird ones. This is Trim Fit 3-pack decorative socks, little girls and big girls Macy's.
Ugh.
Boy. Yeah, I hate this. I hate this for my fucking Google history here. Trim Fit. I'm on the Macy's website. 3-pack, $14 from Macy's.
Fuck. Okay.
Wow, this is gonna be a sweat. We're at 616 right now. Jake guessed 675.
No, those Uggs are they're going. I mean, John loses.
They're child's Uggs though. They're not.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely out.
Yeah,
the
but there's
Uggs
no way
here?
those Uggs
Oh,
are
no.
like $85. Plus, you get the bow and the shirt.
Tyler, these are Hamden HAMDEN 2 Uggs.
Children's.
Fuck, dude.
Uggs US $60.
Oh god.
So
676. Yeah, so Jake busted.
Wait, we still got to do these though.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm doing this backwards. Don't listen to me.
Here's
Had a long day.
the bow is $26.
$26.
Okay.
Oh,
and
boy.
the last item is Bronze's T-shirt.
This T-shirt needs to be $93 for me to be in it.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to find this.
There's
It's just
no way.
the essential short sleeve tee. Cotton on.
Cotton On is the brand. $17.
Ooh.
So I won.
So our grand total was $719. Jake
Oh
guessed
my God,
675.
Jake.
He was almost spot on. I had $795. I almost had it a little bit lower too. That
This
sucks.
one's gonna feel good. Yeah, I'm glad I bumped it down. Thanks for the heads up, John.
No problem, man. You feel good about this? You're glad that you won this?
We got Jake involved.
One
That's a
less
win.
glass of water.
I think you should be disgusted with yourself, truly, because somehow you knew the price of this. Right?
How do you know the price of kids' clothes, you sicko?
Yeah, you sick fuck.
I think I've shown that my skills and capabilities at this game are poor.
Jake, I don't think you've ever been able to wear clothes from the children's place.
From the children, is that a store?
Kevin, I hope you were here for all of it because that was disgusting.
That was a good one. John, week 14, fit check.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, so I'll get it definitely. I was off by like $2,700.
So far, I've lost 1, 2, 3 of these. Tyler's lost 1.
Oh my god, I'm gonna triple team you with some water. Can't wait.
Tyler, I have written down Tyler cup of water in his face for this stupid denim outfit.
I wish you kept track of how far off he was, like money wise. I wish you had the details, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's fine. Next year. But anyways, yeah. This segment is purely for comedic purposes, and I do not stand by any of the claims I just made. We hope to see you back every week for updates on Brittany Mahomes and possibly some fantasy football insights along the way. Thank you for your time.
Fit check. Good stuff.
All right. That's going to do it for the Brittany Mahomes update. 25 minutes in. Why don't we move on to some NFL news and injury updates?
NFL news and injury updates.
Take it away, T-Dog.
Gentlemen. The playoffs are upon us. Yeah, big news update. Yeah, there's honestly some kind of crazy ones in here. We'll start off with a few mild ones, though. The Baltimore Ravens have suspended wide receiver Deontay Johnson for 1 week for actions detrimental to the team. There was an announcement by the team earlier today. The suspension is apparently in response to Deontay Johnson refusing to enter the game against who do they play this week? The Eagles? Don't kill me.
Eagles, yeah.
Yeah, the Eagles on Sunday. So we were kind of chatting about this a little bit. It's, if we had to guess, most likely related to maybe some unhappiness with the amount of targets or his snap count, and he's just kind of being a little too much about, hey, I'm not going in the game if you're not going to throw me the ball type attitude. I mean, that's speculation, of course, but
I mean, I kind of get it, dude, because he was being heavily utilized in Carolina, and then they trade for him, probably under the assumption that they would use him. I don't know. I assume he has some say in a trade. Like, hey, I don't know if there's a no trade clause, if there's certain teams that, he had in his contract that I don't want to go to, but you would think the Ravens would utilize a player like him. So I don't really condone I'm not going into the game because fuck you. But I mean, This is, I don't know, man.
I'm surprised this is the first piece of news.
Yeah, no,
well, we don't really care about injuries on your team.
We're getting warmed up. We're getting warmed up for some pretty crazy news.
Because he hasn't really been important for fantasy at all.
He should have been. He really should have.
I kind of disagree. Because
he's the wide receiver.
There are a lot of mouths to feed.
He's gotten 1 reception in Baltimore.
He was good in Carolina. He was very solid this year.
Only off the back,
you could roll him out.
Yeah.
He's on John's Dynasty team or whatever. So
he had 26 in Las Vegas, 21 in Cincinnati, and 19 in Atlanta. But every other game was 5 or lower.
Hey, man, all I can say is Adam Thielen is the new Deontay Johnson in Carolina. He's back. 34-year-old Adam Thielen is back, baby. Let's go.
He was looking pretty good.
I just can't believe we're talking about this instead of...
Oh, just wait. Just hold your socks, everyone, because this is the story of the year. Former tight end Eric Ebron, who played for the Lions, Colts, and Steelers, has formally announced his retirement.
I can't even find it on here. No, Adam Schefter didn't even report on it.
Adam Schefter, there's no way he reported on that. 0%.
I did get a little sleeper notification. That's sad. I mean, I'll miss him.
A girl
I'll give you this one.
Dated him for a period of time in college.
Very good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I knew that was the thing.
Yeah. I'll do this because John's going to pull up into some actual news now. We'll stop teasing around. The Jaguars placed quarterback Trevor Lawrence on injured reserve. His season looks like it might be done. Mac Jones was a fantasy QB1 in his place on Sunday, amazingly enough. This came after a pretty brutal hit from Azeez Al-Shaair, a linebacker for the Texans. The NFL is suspending Al-Shaair for 3 games for the hit he delivered on Sunday to Trevor Lawrence. As a factor in his 3-game suspension, the NFL noted that Al-Shaair has had multiple offenses for personal fouls and sportsmanship-related rules violations in recent seasons. Do yourself a favor, look up a supercut of this guy because he
choked Tom Brady.
Plays dirty. He choked Tom Brady one time. He has had a lot of out of bounds, like really late hits on people. Has gotten in fights. I think last week before this game was fighting with the Bears. Punched a guy. Like, this has not been the first time that this has happened. I thought it was a little surprising too. I mean, you got to try and save some face a little bit. He did post on social media shortly after the game that, if anybody knows me, that, I don't play to injure people. I just play in tents, like that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy's got a history of it, and we've seen it, and there's film of it. You can't really run away from that.
I'm trying to find his little compilation here for you. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it might not be easy to find. I saw a couple good ones come across my feed, but yeah, no, this says, is he the league's dirtiest player? He might not be the league's dirtiest player, but he certainly has had a history of incidents with other teams.
Punch that guy in the face.
Yeah, he's punching Bears players in the face. Like, this is not a one-time thing that's happened. Because I would feel bad if it was. You're just in the heat of the moment. You're, trying to tackle a guy. Sliding quarterbacks is kind of a weird thing anyway.
I do think that should be changed. I think that there should be rules against, like, because you have Pat Mahomes like faking out slides or like pretending he's going to go out of bounds only to run up the sideline a few more yards and then getting a late hit. And like, there's got to be something to stop them from doing that. Not because I think that like they should be fucking hammered, but because that just opens up the opportunity for guys to get hurt.
Yeah. And I totally agree with you. I think that there needs to be some sort of precedent set. I think the slide is a critical part of the game of football. So that needs to stay in some aspect. But yeah, that's the thing. You can't be. But I'm not saying
there needs to be a penalty for fake slides.
Oh, 100%.
Well, you already can't do a fake slide. That is illegal. But
I've never seen them call that.
That's because quarterbacks don't do
it. Nobody does it. Yeah.
They don't do it because you would get called for it. But like I agree with you where like all these quarterbacks will like act like they're about to go out of bounds and then they tiptoe another 5 yards. Mean, those like when it comes to that, like, I don't know, that's a really tough sell to be like, you can't do that.
To those, I think that you need to say, hey, if the quarterback has the football, he is a running, playing, active player. If he gets his fucking shit knocked out, even if it's a foot away from the sideline, you can't call that because that's what the quarterback did. That was their choice to run that way.
Does it seem to you, though, I feel like these defenders, they're actively pursuing quarterbacks harder than other players. Like, it feels like they're trying to hit them harder when given the opportunity because typically they can't hit the quarterback.
Sure, because as a defender, you're like pent up in a cage all game. That's all you're trying to do is attack the quarterback, attack the quarterback, attack the quarterback. And as soon as you get the opportunity to, you want to fucking let loose on the guy because you haven't gotten a hand on him all game.
And
so that's part of it.
I get that.
To get through to him to get a sack, you need to have the mentality of going through that guy.
Yeah.
Like you can't play like, oh, I'm just going to get through him and then maybe I'll grab him. Like you need to be playing to run through the guy. So, this instance, clearly a very dirty hit. This guy's a piece of shit. But there needs to be something done to shape that up because this is not. I mean, Tua had the same situation as well. Other guys have getting hit in a slide and you're done.
Yeah,
it's a gladiator sport, man. Like people are going to get hurt, but there's certain. Specific circumstances like this. It seems obvious that it was intentional. So
yeah, and I think Tom Brady said it best. I think Tom Brady said it best when he said that the onus of quarterback safety should rest in the hands of the quarterback first and foremost. Don't put yourself in situations where you're going to be hit like that, or even if it is a late hit, don't put yourself in situations like that to begin with to, get knocked out like this. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it goes both ways for sure. Another huge piece of news here. This, look away now. The black and white picture on Schefter's Instagram is crazy for this. 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey is headed to the IR with a 6-week PCL injury, likely ending his season. Running back Jordan Mason also suffered an ankle injury versus the Bills and is also being placed on the IR. The Niners have since added former Jet Israel Abanikanda from waivers. Isaac Guerrero is the hot waiver wire add this week. I know we're a little late because we're on Wednesday, so that's probably already happened, but he was like the fab dump of the end of the season here. Like,
if you have any left and you needed a
fantasy playoffs are right here. They're right around the corner, and you don't have Christian McCaffrey on your team anymore. What are you going to do?
Telling you, he's a league winner.
If you had Christian McCaffrey on your team and you drafted him this year, I think Dynasty is an exception, at least for Jake, obviously. But if you drafted him in redraft, you're not in playoff contention.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a good chance you're not. There's a very good chance.
I don't know. The person who had him in the one redraft I'm not in with you guys grabbed Mason as soon as that news came out. So they got lucky.
I just hope you had a really good draft elsewhere. At least from my experience, I did not.
They're the team who got Keenan Allen as well as Drake London off the waivers because the rest of our league's stupid. But
this is your work league.
Yeah,
that might be the exception. But either way, no, this is honestly kind of sad. Christian McCaffrey is really exciting to watch play football. So aside from fantasy football, it kind of sucks. You don't want to see, I would argue like the face of the NFL this year. He was on Madden for God's sakes. Just not going to be in the playoffs
in and of itself.
It really is. So,
I don't think the 49ers will be in the playoffs this year. I think at this point,
there's a good chance they miss.
Likely. They're on the outside looking in. I think right now they have a 12% chance of making it. So that doesn't bode well in a very competitive NFC and a very competitive division with the Cardinals and the Seahawks. And the Rams. I mean, they have a really hard division this year. So I think there's every chance that they could finish last at this point if they keep losing games. I don't know.
I don't disagree with you.
Because I think they have at least a handful of divisional games on the tail end of the season. So it sucks. This is the Christian McCaffrey experience. I've never had him when he wasn't injured. I've only had him during seasons where he's been injured almost the whole time.
There's been more of those seasons than healthy seasons, though, to be honest.
Is that true? I feel like there's been...
That's split, I think, right now. I think it's 3 and 3.
I think there's 3 total injury seasons, including this one, and then the rest.
3-4 healthy
not
seasons.
Fun.
I mean, that's
not fun.
Early on in his career, but just as we're
especially
talking about, I just pull up his. Yeah, so he's had rookie year. I wouldn't count his rookie year, although he was top 10. But he's had 4 healthy seasons. He finishes RB 1 and 2 in each of those 4 seasons, and then he's had 3 seasons where he's not healthy and he's just completely irrelevant. So that's tough.
And looking the 2 games that he played this season, he wasn't even that good. He put up like 15 points. That's not what you get Christian McCaffrey for.
Right. Speaking of someone who you has a little bit of a surprising point total here, Jameis Winston was balling the fuck out on Monday Night Football versus the Broncos. He had 497 passing yards, which broke the Browns' single-game franchise record, and only 20 fewer passing yards than the GOAT himself, Tom Brady, 517. Tom Brady had in 2011, and that's the most all-time on Monday Night Football. So being 20 yards off that, being Jameis Winston tossed into that offense halfway, 3/4 way through the year, is insane. However, being Jameis Winston, he also threw 3 interceptions, including 2 pick sixes, which I think is the crazy. This man is a magnet for pick sixes.
I mean, that's how he throws 500. It's the best possible thing you could do for stat padding because you immediately get back on the field.
Yeah,
I saw a stat that he was the first player since 2019 to throw for that many yards and 3 interceptions, and the last player to do it was 2019 Jameis Winston.
Yeah, so
that tells you everything.
The last player, he's the first player in NFL history to have 450 passing yards in a game with multiple pick sixes as well. So I think that's going to stand.
That's kind of crazy because multiple picks, like I said, you get back out there, you start slinging it, especially if you're James. I mean, 30 for 30 literally should be the name of Jameis Winston's 30 for 30 when he threw 30 interceptions and 30 pick sixes.
Yeah.
And he was the passing leader on that year. It's just you throw
threw
a pick
for like
six,
5,000
you're right back out on the
yards
field
that
again.
season.
Yeah,
he was just slinging it to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. That was crazy.
Dude, I'd love to know his yardage if you include the return yards of the pick sixes. That's what I want to know. Does it hit 6,000 yards? I'm not really entirely sure.
Probably.
He's just a fun guy to watch. I just love. Yeah. He's such a character. Like, it seems like everybody on that field playing alongside him is having an incredible time. Did you guys see the thing of how when they show the graphics of like the QB comparison, they have the QBs they're like throwing a ball around or whatever? Yeah, his is like he's literally eating the W like this.
Yeah, it's the really serious one where you're supposed to stand there and like have pose in like a throwing stance and maybe kind of flip the ball around. Look really serious at the camera. Jameis Winston's like dancing. He's like, yeah. Woo! He's flipping
not taking
it around.
Life very seriously.
Oh my God, it's great. Oh, you gotta love it though. His personality is incredible. So big locker room guy. Really cool. I'm happy for the Browns players after having a literal rapist on the team to then have Jameis Winston come in and be fun and help you win football games and throw the ball. It's cool.
I wish they came out with the dub, man. I do love seeing Bo Nix, a rookie, just absolutely kill it for the Broncos. Honestly, this was one of the best Monday night games I've seen in a very long time. It was so exciting.
Yeah, unbelievable. It had no right to be that good, but it ended up being great. Jameis Winston effect, if you ask me. So, So speaking of things that are not fun to watch, a new 3-part sports documentary is hitting Netflix on December 17th, featuring everyone's favorite aging quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. The miniseries follows Aaron Rodgers' comeback with the New York Jets and his life off the field, including his advocacy for ayahuasca, which is like a psychedelic tea. So can't wait to not watch this.
Look at the comments for this shit.
I can't
Only
see him.
bro would create a documentary about himself mid-career. I appreciate the normality of Peyton Manning every day. Not sure which I wouldn't watch more, Joe Rogan stand-up or this.
My
I feel like Jake
favorite
can relate to that.
My favorite, yeah, good lord, no, thank you. My favorite line ever about this is a tweet. It was from February 23. Mahomes out here about to win his second ring on a bad ankle, and my quarterback in a cabin with no power somewhere smoking crack.
That's my quarterback. Yeah.
Insane.
Sadly, I do roster this guy in Dynasty, but and I paid a.
You didn't have
first-round
to.
pick for him.
I tried to fucking pay. Yeah, you did pay a first-round pick for Aaron
I paid my
Rodgers.
2026 first for him. Well, I mean, it was a package deal with some other picks in return, but still, it's like this. I mean, this is crazy. I thought he was going there to find himself to get better. No, it was to film a documentary about himself. Let's be real. He went there for himself to promote himself because he thinks he's awesome.
It was for the most self-serving reason possible, which is the most Aaron Rodgers thing ever. Like,
look at him.
Are really
look at this.
Lying.
This is
great.
Survivor. Oh, good lord. So,
I'm gonna watch it.
You ready to cancel those Netflix subscriptions after the holidays or before the holidays?
Yeah, I hope it has 5.1 Dolby Digital surround sound.
Yeah, it probably will. Upsettingly enough, you can hear him having farty bubble guts from the ayahuasca and 5.1. That'll be awesome. Speaking of bubbles, the Patriots, Giants, Jaguars, and Raiders are the first teams to be eliminated from playoff contention, but scenarios are running kind of wild for the teams that are on the playoff bubble. It's pretty wide open still. It's kind of insane how many teams are in contention with a negative record, honestly. It's is there a playoff picture link? Yeah.
So sadly the Patriots are out. That's okay. I hope we get the first overall pick. Chiefs and Bills are the only two teams locked in. Nobody in the NFC is technically locked in yet. Well, actually, no. Are the Lions not locked in at 11-1? I guess not. Oh wow.
Because of their division with the Packers, right?
Yeah, 9-3 Packers, 10-2. Wow, 10-2 Vikings. That's a crazy division this year.
That division is a powerhouse in the NFC this year.
Yeah,
unreal.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, but on the bubble here, I was talking about the Browns specifically, but they're 3-9, not technically out. Somehow the Jets are not out yet entirely, but the Browns, I think I saw, first of all, they have to win out. They have to have the Colts lose at least 2 games. The Ravens have to lose, I think, like every game. And then it's like there's like 4 or 5 contingencies that would need to happen for the Browns to make it. I can't even imagine what the Jets scenario is. But yeah,
the Jets scenario is every team in the NFL loses and they win out.
Pretty much same with the Panthers. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 3-9 teams, a couple 4-8 teams. God, I'd love to see the Bengals make a run, but they've just gotten so unlucky this year. It's crazy. Like,
have they been unlucky or have they not clutched up? Because I don't think they've clutched up. I think their defense is lackluster. They didn't make enough moves
in the
offseason on defense. They just haven't built a good core there. So I hate to say it, man, but you can put up fucking 50 points a game, but if you let up 60, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's pretty much the case.
Wow, crazy. The Colts are more likely.
Any teams you could see falling out, and is there any teams you would see taking their place? Like if you look at, let's start with the AFC playoff picture. Anybody you see falling out here?
I just didn't think the Falcons were doing that good, but I guess so.
Speaking of, I could see the Falcons falling off here pretty substantially. I mean, Kirk Cousins just threw 4 picks this week. They look as bad as ever, discombobulated as ever. There's no cohesiveness on that team. I could see the Falcons falling. Crazy enough, I could kind of see the Commanders falling too. They've kind of stagnated, and they've played some decent teams, but I think as far as it goes, like there hasn't been there's nothing that's convinced me yet that this team is going to win out.
For the Commanders.
For the Commanders.
They seem pretty convincing to me. I don't know what their final
I think they look
opponents
good.
are.
I mean, they're basically they're pretty similar to the Bengals. They've got a really great offense, and their defense is not. I mean, nobody crazy. I can't name anybody off that team. So
Tyler, they would have to lose at least 2 games. Like they'd have to lose 2 or 3 games to not make it, because the Falcons, they're leading their division at 6-6. They have the tiebreaker over the Buccaneers. And then the next closest team in the NFC to the Commanders' record of 8-5 is either the Buccaneers, Cardinals, and Rams, and they're 6-6, all of them. So
I'd have to look at who they're playing. I guess they've just this is kind of my bias, but I feel like they've just been kind of not playing to the best of their ability, and I feel like
they put up like
Bobby Wagner
28 unanswered against the Tennessee Titans, which isn't saying a lot, but still they
right.
did.
It's it's just they've been playing to kind of like the strength of their opponents, I guess.
Yeah. I think they make it. I think the team that falls out for me, geez. I don't know. Do the Broncos have to play the Chiefs a couple times still? I feel like that's a potential for them falling out. Maybe.
Do you guys know Jamison Crowder is still playing football for the Commanders?
That's insane.
Yeah, he's like the wide receiver, like 7 on that team.
Yeah, he's on IR. Bobby Wagner also on the Commanders.
Yeah, he's old. Yeah, I think the Falcons could drop out. I kind of agree with Tyler there. I don't think the Colts they barely beat the Patriots. I don't see them making their way in at this point. 6-7.
Yeah.
Same with the Dolphins, Bengals, Browns. I'd love for the Bengals to make it, but I don't know, man. That defense is going to be tough to make the playoffs.
Why do you like
It's
the
a packed year. Their offense is just fun to watch, man. It's really fun. I feel like they've been in 1-score games. They've put up a lot of points, but they're just not able to clutch it at the end, like Tyler said. So if they can turn it around, that would be incredible. I was watching some of the Hard Knocks, and they got the fire in their belly. They're just not capitalizing.
I mean, here's the thing. If they don't win this year, they're going to lose Higgins next year, right?
Almost certainly.
Higgins was on franchise tag this year.
I'll tell you what, though, man. I have not been big on T. Higgins. He's had a couple really great games, don't get me wrong, but he hasn't been so vital to that offense that they're like terrible without him.
I don't know, Tyler. I think you're thinking about the games he missed this season. He's missed 5 games. His other games, 6, 12, 29, 14, 18, 29, 18.
He's been really good, Tyler.
Every time he's averaging almost double-digit targets.
Yeah.
Have they won those games, though?
No, but
I mean, I don't know if that's a facet of T. Higgins.
Yeah, I guess I'm sort of separating this from fantasy, which is crazy on this podcast, but I don't know that he's that critical. I don't know.
I'll tell you, dude, he can go be a 1 somewhere else.
Yeah, I'd love for him to stay in Cincinnati just purely for fantasy value, but they have to beef up that defense. So I don't know if realistically they can keep him at that point because they have to pay him. So, yeah. Anyways, that's the playoff picture we're looking at. Things could be very different in a couple weeks. We shall see.
Extremely.
But more importantly is our playoff picture. So why don't we get into the Week 14 matchups?
Week 14. The time for reckoning is here. The fantasy playoffs are within reach, and 3 warriors, Jon, Jake, and Tyler, are locked in a battle for the coveted Dynasty League crown. Jon, risen from the depths of despair, now stands 1 win away from the Holy Grail, a bye week, and the chance to dominate his rivals in the fantasy playoffs. Tyler, unbroken by injury, has fought through adversity all season long, determined to prove his strength. Jake, a fighter, enters the final week without Christian McCaffrey, his greatest weapon, who fell on the frozen fields of Orchard Park. But his true test comes from within, Troy, his own henchman sworn to defeat him, yet secretly wants Jake to win. Jon and Tyler fight for their survival. Jake faces betrayal from his own ranks, and the ultimate prize? Bragging rights, hundreds of dollars, and the eternal glory of being the unbearable pain in the ass for the next season. Who will rise? Who will fall? Only one can claim the ultimate victory.
Let's go. Let's
incredible.
Go.
That made me think about how much of not a pain in the ass Tyler has been about his win in Dynasty.
I should be more of a pain in the ass.
More than you.
You really should get I mean, maybe my bar is just very high. but you really didn't dunk on John enough with that.
Dude, my thing is
I should have dunked on both of you more.
So if I was
Probably.
Tyler, I would say nothing until I secured a second championship. That's why I don't say anything in the chat because I will just ruin it for myself. I guarantee you I will speak
That's
it
right.
into existence and I will lose. So I'm just going to stay positive.
That's probably what's
or
going to
just
happen.
say nothing at all.
You do have to get a back-to-back before you can talk shit, like league record.
I'll talk plenty of shit if I have a championship more recent than you. That's plenty for me. I don't care. I don't need a back-to-back to prove anything to you.
A back-to-back in a league
Right.
full
Yeah,
of people who don't check waivers and have keepers
Why
for
don't you
15.
start with? Why don't you start with
Okay,
one?
that's
win?
like every league, Tyler. We can't find everyone. We can't find 12 people that are as committed as we are.
Yeah, we just need
You
12
find
guys
12
who run a
people
fantasy
who
football
pay
podcast.
attention. It's not that hard. I don't
You
know
think
if you
you
can
do
get
better
better
than
than
me,
John
Slink?
Slink. I don't know about that. That was
John
really
Slink
good.
is sick. That's great. What's your fucking bar for a voiceover if that sucked?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
damn,
was. You
dude,
think I was
come on.
bad, brother? Damn. All right, send me a link to. I'll take a look.
Send
Link
some,
me
send
up.
some voice work over.
Link me up.
Yeah, I want to see what you can do. I'll give you the script I just did with the music track, and we'll see if you can do better. Anyways, speaking of, let's talk about our Week 13 results, and then we'll get into Week 14. Let's start it off with the Dynasty League, which I believe are our two best fellas here. The dudes went up against each other.
Yeah, you could call it
man.
that, but I don't really know if I would.
Yeah, I mean, you did have a matchup. I mean,
Jake
it
set a
wasn't
lineup.
necessarily that competitive.
Jake did set a lineup, but it wasn't really a competition.
Absolutely
Here
brutal.
we go.
I can't believe that the fucking Denver Cleveland game was 41-32 and Vele put up 2.6 after getting
That's 'cause he
9
fucking-
He
targets.
gets 10 targets a week. He should be good.
He got 9
gets
targets
targeted.
the week before. He scored double
It's
digits.
the
in
Broncos
every of the last 3
offense.
weeks.
No one knows how it works. They just win sometimes. That's their
Vele
Vele
motto.
is not. I don't know why you thought that was going to work out for you.
That was because he scored 10 plus the last 3 weeks. He
Is
scored
that your
10
bar?
plus.
10 points?
He scored. That was the water bet we made. He scored 10 plus in the majority of games he's played this season. So,
Oh shit, that was a water bet. Make sure you mark that down that I won.
I
by
already
a
marked
lot.
it down. Yeah, I already got it.
Okay.
You
I just wanna
win
make
by
sure.
a
You
lot.
seemed
It's
pretty
10
darn
points.
confident when we were tailgating.
Yeah, I was pretty good at it. I thought it was. I thought it would hit. I really did. This is why I don't actually gamble. Because if this were money,
this is
oh,
kinda
man,
gambling,
I'd be miserable.
but-
Yeah, but I don't gamble for money. Because at the end of the day, I still get to chuck water in John's
You don't
face,
gamble
too.
for money.
You play
Everybody
fantasy
gambles for
football
money.
for money. That's kind of
Oh,
gambling.
well, that's
for money.
different. That
That
is
aside.
I just pay $50 and there are prizes at the end. I'm
There you
not
go.
gambling.
Oh, you don't do anything in between. You're just lucky, right? So you're admitting the fact that your friends help you win because you don't do
No,
anything.
I pay.
Is that what it
and
was?
then I play the game and there's prizes.
There's not
It's
usually
like
prizes.
it's like a
for it.
Fortnite battle pass.
Well, you
I'm
have to
trying to
work
put it in
for
Fortnite
it.
terms
Battle
that you
Pass.
trying to put
A
it in
Fortnite
terms
Battle
your
Pass, you actually have to
brain-rotted
work for
head.
it, Jake. In your
Yeah,
case,
I worked for
everyone
them.
just
I worked
helps you
for all
win.
3 of them and a Dynasty championship.
Okay.
Clearly, somebody's not buying the battle pass over here.
You can have all my good players, Jake. I want you to have them instead.
Look,
Jake, I feel like you should have worked harder with this specific matchup, though. Week 13 against Tyler, where you got your absolute shit kicked in. How'd that go for you?
I mean, it happens. You can't win every single week, but I'll tell you one thing. I went into the championship. I won the underdog.
We're not here to talk about the fucking championship
So
you
it
won, Jake.
happens. Look, I'm
We're here to
saying
talk about
we're writing the
week
story.
13.
The things that
We're
just
writing the
happened. Nobody
story.
cares about what you did before.
We're writing
Nobody
the story.
cares.
We're writing the story.
No, that story's
Nobody-
done. That book has
nobody
dust
wants
on
to
it, and it's
see-
on a shelf. Okay?
Nobody wants to see somebody like you walk into the playoffs and win. Just see an
That's
underdog.
not true. I'm an underdog story.
You're not an underdog. You have Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey on your fucking dynasty team. You're not an underdog.
I
What do you
put it
mean?
together. Look, I put the pieces together.
It's not an
It's
underdog
an
team at
underdog
all.
team.
Should we look at the
Are you
history of
crazy?
Saquon Barkley again? Let's see. How'd you get
It's the
Saquon
underdogs.
Barkley?
That's it.
Oh yeah, Justin Herbert.
Oh, that's
Look,
makes sense.
We can go
you're
through
really the
either of
underdog,
your
Jake.
rosters and watch people just hand you shit. Tyler, I don't think
Fucking
you should. I
when?
think you should get off of your high horse
Look
on
at-
that one.
I drafted Lamar Jackson. I drafted Alvin Kamara. I traded for Josh Jacobs 3 years ago. I paid a first for Aaron Jones when he didn't want to be in Green Bay anymore. I paid a first for aging Mike Evans.
You got.
I don't want
you
to
got
hear it.
Rashad Penny, CeeDee Lamb, Kenneth Walker, and a second for Amari Cooper.
How many
and
points
James
did CeeDee
Conner.
Lamb score this week? If that's
James
the
Conner
best
just
part of
got
my
a
contract.
Oh,
contract
this
extension.
week you're ignoring last year where he's the wide receiver 1.
We're not talking about last year, Jake. We're talking about
I'm
week
just
13.
saying.
Kevin, are you kidding me?
Kevin. Kevin's
I
right.
wish you could meet these people. I wish you could meet Jake. Tyler's nice and handsome. I wish you could meet Jake in person. You would want to fucking kill this man talking about his fantasy championships.
I don't think that's true.
He's insufferable.
Kevin's a nice guy.
He's terrible.
You bring this on yourself.
How? We're just here talking about fantasy, and all you can do is suck your own dick.
You were like, oh, you got your ass beat. Look, I'm just
You
saying.
did.
I'm writing the story. Nobody wants a bad story.
You're deflecting, Jake. You're deflecting.
Nobody
from the fact
believed
you
in
had a
me.
bad week. Just talk about it, accept it, and move on.
Nobody believed in me, and I'm gonna walk it back into the championship.
I can't wait to see you get kicked out of the playoffs in both leagues this week. God, nothing would make me happier. Nothing. There's
Get
nothing.
ready to be very
Tyler,
sad then.
I would jump off of a building in excitement if Jake lost and got kicked out of both. What's he going to say for the next 5 weeks? Nothing?
Nothing.
God.
Radio silence.
Oh, my God. Jake, I would let you take a couple weeks off.
No, I'd be here. I'd be right here.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
my God.
Have a vacation.
Oh, my God.
I'll tell you one thing. It may not be me, but it most certainly won't be John. Tyler, maybe.
Jake, I would give you an expenses paid trip to Dunkin' Donuts
because
I would feel bad for you.
There's a lot of shit talking going in. Tyler's definitely not making playoffs in our other league. You might not.
Oh,
And
yeah. I mean,
at least I'm
I
going to
give
make
myself like a
playoffs in both weeks.
35% chance. But at least I
Yeah.
got myself in a position where I could make it happen. It's week by week, and we've made it happen.
Yeah.
We're on a 5-week run. We have a great team. Bye weeks are going to be a killer this week, which we all know. All of us are going to be suffering from that. But
Yeah, big time.
we're in a position to win, and we'll get to that one in a second. But let's give our final thoughts on this matchup where you lost by 38 to Tyler.
Well, there's just nothing I could do. I couldn't have really made the starts that would make a whole bunch of difference unless I started Joseph Ayes, who still only got 3 receptions, and Waddle and Ingram, and then even then I don't think that closes the gap. Sometimes it happens, man. Saquon Barkley had an all right game. Jefferson had an all right game, but no one really popped off. Unfortunately, it all started with us watching Taylor have a good game. And if he had run in that reception, it wouldn't have mattered either. So that's the way it goes. Unfortunately, Lamar Jackson had a 40-yard rush and then a touchdown pass to Mark Andrews in garbage time, and some other things popped off like Mike Evans. So way she goes. Christian McCaffrey, supreme disappointment, but you can't look a gift horse in the mouth because he was the RB1 last year. So
Man,
it is what it is.
It's nice to see Jake get a loss for words sometimes. This doesn't typically happen. So
I got a lot of words. I know so many.
I got 3 words for you. Lake effect snow against the 49ers, and that's why they sucked ass.
Yeah, dude, they're all California boys. They
George Kittle got cooked. 1 reception.
Yeah, the second I saw the pregame of people like digging their way to their seats, I knew Jake was cooked.
This mother.
Yeah.
I told you on Saturday, I was like, wow, damn, that's crazy. They closed the highway going to the stadium.
Well, what am I going to do? Trade my team? It is what it is. I'm starting Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, there was nothing.
Yeah, no, you're doomed from the start, dude.
No, nothing I could do, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll chime in a little bit here. So Lamar Jackson had a pretty average game for Lamar Jackson, which is great. 25 points. Josh Jacobs had a great game against Miami, 21 points. Aaron Jones had 5 carries. Almost like I thought he was going to lose me the week. He fumbled early on in that game, and they benched him. And that scared the crap out of me. And then he had a touchdown like last minute in that
literally
game
only
to win it
with a touchdown.
Yeah, to win it against Arizona, that was incredible. CeeDee Lamb just had a god awful Thanksgiving like that. That ruined me. I was like, okay, well, it was a good try, but it ended up not mattering because Mike Evans is a god. 12 targets, 8 receptions for 118 and a touchdown. He's been incredible this year when he's healthy. So that was great. Mark Andrews, like we said, kind of a garbage time touchdown, but I'll take it. And Alvin Kamara against the Rams was great. So just a really consistent showing. I unfortunately did bench Keenan Allen against the Lions, and he had 2 touchdowns. He had 24 points. So that would have made me feel a lot better. But I'll tell you, I don't know that I really would have started him over anyone. Michael Pittman, I watched in person have a pretty lackluster game, but still had the receptions. The Patriots had like 3 DPI calls. If any of those turned into receptions for Michael Pittman, it would have been a way different story. But yeah, it feels great to get the win here. I still have a shot at a bye week, despite all the scoring craziness and losing by like 1.3 weeks, 3 different weeks this year. So pretty excited. I also had a trade before this week. We didn't get a chance to talk about it, but
why don't we'll talk about that.
We can talk about it after.
Talk about next week's matchup because that'll actually be a factor. So
exactly.
I played Troy. Jake is going to be gifted a win this week against Troy most likely, but I did play him, and I'm not going to lie, it was a clear runaway. Especially leading up to Monday night, this matchup looks a lot closer than it was. The difference, which makes it look really close, is the fact that he had Jerry Jeudy against me.
God, if he'd only started Trey Tucker.
Jerry Jeudy in his flex, 40 points. There's no way he would have won no matter what.
235 yards for Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, just an absolute juggernaut game. 9 receptions was actually his career high. 235 yards, a touchdown, 2-point conversion. I mean, just went absolutely nuclear against his old team.
Domination.
It's actually the best performance of a player against his old team, for reference. But
wow.
I had a pretty solid week. 145 points, give or take. Jalen Hurts, kind of a mediocre week. Did get that touchdown on the ground, 1 touchdown through the air to, I think it was Dallas Goedert who grabbed it. Bijan continues to be just amazing. Every single week he's putting up absolute numbers. Let's see. Let me list off the last several games. 25, 23, 23, 21, 29, 10, 25. I mean, he's the RB4.
And he's RB4. That's criminal.
That tells you everything you need to know about what Saquon and Derrick Henry have done. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
This is an RB1 like any year. Like the RB1.
Yeah.
This is
absolutely
insane. So, I mean, he's very utilized in the passing game. Actually, only 1 reception touchdown this year, but he's just been unbelievable for fantasy. David Montgomery didn't get in the end zone for the first time in a few weeks, but he was very efficient on the ground with 15 points. Devontae Adams shockingly got a touchdown in a game that somehow the Jets found a way to lose. 12 targets. So, I mean, if anything, Devontae Adams, I'm not very confident rolling him out every week, but at the very least, he's getting a lot of garbage time targets, which leads to fantasy points. So it is what it is. Let's see. Kelsey has been underwhelming for me. 13 targets, though. We'll change that. 13
That's
points
not
for
underwhelming
him.
for a tight end this year, man. I gotta tell you, 7 for 68 is pretty damn good.
Yeah, honestly,
unless you got Brock Bowers, that's nothing to complain about.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong about that. Calvin Ridley underwhelming this week. He almost had a goose, and then he got 2 pretty big receptions to kind of save his week for 6 points. Joe Mixon also had 3 points going into like halftime, so I was getting very concerned about that, but he finished with 100 yards and a touchdown. Chris Boswell continues to be the best kicker in the league. He's the kicker 1.
Unbelievable.
Crazy work.
I mean, dude, look at these weeks. 17, 14, 14, 4, 24, 7, 15. Like, dude, you can't ask for more from a kicker in the Dynasty League.
Like, bro. No kidding.
Geez, I think 25 from Najee on the bench, by the way. That's going to give me some dilemmas going into the next week. 23 from Adam Thielen on the bench. Just throwing
Bryce
that
Young's
out there.
been looking pretty good, man.
Look at this. Adam Thielen, Brandon Cooks, and DeMarcus Robinson all got a touchdown this week. So that tells you anything.
Nice.
I would just like to say that Chris Boswell illustrates my point that kickers don't matter because
if you pick the right kicker, it does matter. Just
okay,
did you
scout him out
if I didn't? What do you mean?
I knew he was going to be good. My point is, you can't. No, you fucking didn't. He was kicker 17 last year, playing every game.
Yeah, they didn't have Russell Wilson
early in the season, and I held on to him because he's the best kicker in the league.
How many absolutely points did zero analysis?
He got 26 points week 1, and then I made sure I grabbed him. Let's see. I grabbed him for 1 fab September 11th.
I'm telling you.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's stupid that people let you do that for nothing, but goddamn. But I'm telling you, kickers year to year don't matter. This guy has been added and dropped to waivers almost 10 times. He's never finished as a kicker 1. Best season was kicker 4 years ago. Before that, it was 8 in 2017.
Kickers are more a reflection of the current offense and situation than they are consistently accurate.
I'm telling you,
Because
just
having a
hang up.
consistently accurate kicker is good, but they need to be on a team that does not have a good red zone touchdown percentage. You need a team that fizzles out a lot. And that year,
Like the
this year
Ravens.
has been the Steelers. And last year, honestly, it was kind of the Ravens. So you kind of have to find those offenses that are
Here's
good
one,
but not
the
great.
Cowboys.
Yep.
The Cowboys fizzle out in the red zone every single game. That's why Brandon Aubrey is the kicker 3, and I also have the kicker 1 on my kicker team, who's 11-2. So Jake, if you think kickers don't matter, maybe you should take up my strategy.
What's your strategy, John?
Be really good in the kicker league and have the first round bye and playing you this week, who has a
My
kicker on
strategy's
bye
to be
week
good.
and no defense.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the kicker league, brother.
Maybe you should pay attention. You're 8-5. You know, it's probably the only championship you have a chance of getting this year.
That's not true. I'm in the playoffs in leagues that I've won several times before.
Yeah, history's not going to repeat itself this time, buddy.
You hope, but you said that last year.
No, I know. This year's different, buddy. I'm telling you right now. Without
You
question.
better hope it's different. And different in
I'm
one
pretty confident.
specific way. Otherwise, you can't talk shit either.
I
You have to win. That's the thing, is if Tyler goes back to back, that's bad for both of us.
It's only a
Yeah, it
matter of
is.
time.
That's
Jake,
really bad
until I
for both
win.
of you.
It will happen. It will happen in our lifetime.
I mean,
hope.
yeah, but is that really where
God,
you
I
wanna
hope
be
so.
at?
I really do. I hope to get a
Damn,
championship
brother.
before I'm 40.
Do
That
you
would
hear
be
the
nice.
words that are coming out of your mouth? Look, it'll
Yes.
happen. Just by law of averages, it's got to happen for me sometime.
Before I die.
Give me 40 more years. I'll do it.
Please.
We'll see. It took Sterling a long time, so I hope to do it before
That's
whatever
true,
age he
dude.
was,
Sterling's,
35,
yeah.
36.
Ooh. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's the Dynasty League of record last week. Let's see what happened here. Week 13, you played Chris and got your shit kicked in. How'd it go?
Yeah, it happens, man. Look, I had a great week last week. You can't have a good week every week, and away it goes.
Good analysis.
That's it?
That's
Yeah.
that's it. What do you want?
It
I got
happens.
my shit kicked in. Chuba Hubbard did not show up at all. 43 yards on the ground and a fumble. CeeDee Lamb not showing up really hurt me. Cooper Kupp again, 4.7 points, crazy. Those are really my major downfalls. Everyone else kind of showed up how I would expect. Had those 3 guys showed up even average, I probably would have won this. I only lost by 24 points. Cooper Kupp has scored several times over 30 points, and so has CeeDee Lamb. Even Chuba Hubbard, I think, has scored 30 points in a week. No, he's not. 27.
27. That's pretty
But
good.
that's the way it goes sometimes. It's gonna happen, and sometimes you're just gonna suck shit. And you know what? I'm just glad that it wasn't a matchup that was somebody below me to help them. Like, at least it was just Chris. And it puts a fun little spin on your matchup with him this week, because he could lock up that first round spot.
Yeah, we'll see. Tyler, trying to play spoiler this week. I am currently on a streak. It doesn't show me on the computer, but I think that was at least 4 wins straight. At one point I was 2-7. I've now climbed to 6-7. 1 win away from actually making the playoffs in this league. Second in points. Just want to throw that out there. Second in points. And I'm currently sitting in 7th place. I was in 11th. So it shows you everything you need to know. I made some moves before the trade deadline, picked up some good players, and so far so good. Chase Brown and Kyron Williams have been really good for me. Traded away Alvin Kamara to get Kyron, and I also got, I think, DJ Moore out of that deal. So Kyron putting up 18, DJ Moore putting up 23. It was Alvin Kamara and Jacoby Myers for Kyron Williams and DJ Moore. So it's worked out incredibly well. Honestly, the underperformance has been Amon-Ra St. Brown. He hasn't been getting in the end zone. 12 points after a 38-point week in week 11. So I need him to pick it up a little bit. I need a big week from him next week, but this week, Tyler, you did scare me a little bit. Some really good performances.
That was close.
On Thanksgiving.
One of my better games this year with my shit-ass team.
Rico Dowdle and Jalen Reed and Marvin Harrison really kept you in it this week against me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Tyler, you're out of it, but any
I'm out of
thoughts
it.
on?
I probably should have started Jerry Jeudy for one.
Well,
But
yeah.
How would you
the
have
thing
known?
is, how am I going to start Jerry Jeudy? He has been really good. To be honest, the previous 4 weeks he's been pretty fucking good. But Denver has an extremely strong secondary. I love Jameis Winston, but I'm not betting on Jameis Winston. That's the thing. Jerry Jeudy has been serviceable, but who did I start in his place? I think Marvin Harrison Jr. I forgot who I had in the flex there. Who did I have in the
Michael
flex?
Pittman.
I had Michael Pittman in the flex. The deal was that Josh Downs was declared out for that game against New England. The Patriots have let up some pretty big touchdowns in recent weeks, and I thought Michael Pittman was going to ball out. Turns out, like I said, if you get defensive pass interference called on you all the time, it's not really good for fantasy. So
it was 3 or 4 times at least.
I think it was 3 times in the game where it was on Michael Pittman specifically too, just on one-on-one situations. That was tough, but I mean, I'm really happy to get rid of this fucking team. Have a decent keeper next year in maybe, I don't know, TJ Hawkinson and
maybe
somebody.
Let's say Kyron gets hurt, which would ruin my season in this league. But if he does, maybe
I
you can see
dropped
what
Blake
corner
Corum.
has. Okay.
I dropped him. Yeah, I thought about it, but his outlook. That's the thing, is his outlook's awful as long as Kyron Williams is healthy. So
yeah,
I was thinking it might be Hawk. It might be Jaden Reed.
I mean,
6.
Dude, I'd watch the Dowdle. I'd watch what Dallas does.
Dowdle's an 11th round pick. I mean,
he's really good. They're giving him work.
Not
like
bad.
Cowboys.
Honestly, Jerry Jeudy's not a bad shout either. I mean, he's wide receiver 14 this year for an 11th. It's pretty
Depends
good.
on who the
Depends on who comes back though. That's the thing. Yeah, so a lot of situations to monitor. No, I do not. I definitely do not. But yeah, so it's all right. It was a good year. I'm living vicariously through Gabby though. Her team has been rolling. It's a disgusting team too.
Yeah.
I mean, we could give a little bit of screen time to that.
Little shout out.
You love screen
I've
time.
had a massive comeback. It's been wild, Gabby says.
I'm glad she's watching.
Hell yeah.
She put up 141 against fake team Peter. Why don't you talk about Gabby's team a little bit while I go get my Uber Eats?
Sure. So she has, for starters, Lamar Jackson and Devon Achane, which is crazy. But it doesn't stop there. She has Josh Jacobs, AJ Brown, Puka Nacua, David Njoku, DeAndre Swift. She's got Lad McConkey, Brian Thomas, Khalil Shakir on the bench. Every position, she's got a great player. So I think through the rest of the year, David Njoku's outlook is insane with Jameis Winston. He has the easiest schedule for a tight end by far. He got 17 targets this week.
That's unbelievable, dude.
Unbelievable. I really have
like that, dude.
Always
comes in fantasy championship. It's always. I mean, you just either get lucky or you don't. Crazy he's the tight end 11, but
and she has the RB 7 and 8 on the season starting every week. Achane and Josh Jacobs, and she's got AJ Brown and Puka Nacua, who are both elite wide receiver ones. Like these guys could explode any given week. This team is nuts. So if anybody's going to go through the playoffs, it's going to be her.
Unfortunately, I mean, so if she beats Dane, because they're both 7-6 and they're playing each other this week.
Yeah, big matchup.
She needs. What I need is I need to win. Dane needs to win, and then but it's either John or her making the playoffs, and both of them have good teams.
And she has 3 less points for than John. So depending how this week goes, she could bump John in points for after he's been bitching all year that he's second in points for.
I mean, I am. There's no. I am.
You're not wrong. I'm just saying she's off by 3 points.
I have almost 200 points more than Jake, and he's over here saying he's the fucking bee's knees. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, look, you're sounding a lot like the Giants talking to the Patriots right now. I'm a dynasty in this league.
That's wrong. That's not even a good example.
Dude. Championships. I've been literally in the playoffs more times than I haven't. I've been in the championship more times than I haven't, John.
A lot of luck.
Mickey Mouse ass.
A lot of luck.
Yes, me.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of bad luck this year for me, which I mean, it's obvious. Look at my points for. I mean, there's nothing else to be said here, Jake.
Well, you know what this is, John? It's the world's smallest violin for your shitty team.
So I really think that, let's see. I got to play Chris this week. It's a bipocalypse, right? Bipocalypse going against Chris.
Yep.
We do not have any Cortland Sutton, no Mark Andrews, which is unfortunate. Jake
that's
Mark Andrews, right?
I love Mark Andrews.
Elijah Moore on the bench. My big dilemma this week is, do I start Elijah Moore or Garrett Wilson?
Oh, brother. There's no competition in my mind.
Man. Oof.
No,
it's Garrett Wilson. It's Garrett Wilson
against the best defense against wide receivers in the NFL this year. Miami Dolphins.
Is it the best?
They're number 1 against wide receivers this year. Miami Dolphins somehow. I don't know how, but that's what Sleeper says, and I don't know if I should trust them.
I don't know, man. I think number 1. I think it's in terms of points allowed, like average points to wide receivers. But I think it's because not a lot of teams throw the ball a ton against them. I think a lot of teams run the ball a lot against them. That tends to kind of happen. So it's not necessarily to say like they have the most elite secondary in the NFL, as it is they just haven't let up a lot of points to wide receivers. I don't know. Their division's been kind of shit for wide receivers at the position too. They play the Bills twice. They play the Patriots twice. Not a lot of notable wide receivers there right now. So.
I mean, Garrett Wilson gets the targets. Literally 9, 8, 10, 6, 8, 10. Like, if he just
gets
catches
the work
more than half of them, and gets in the end zone, then that's a good week. I mean, the Jets still have a 1% chance of making the playoffs. So you're telling me they're not going to go out there and try? Like, I don't know. It bothers me a little bit that they're playing in Miami because that's always difficult. But also, it's not hot. It's in the 60s. That's not going to be an advantage.
Yeah,
it's December. That's no longer an advantage for the Dolphins. The Jets can go out there and play a normal football game. You know what I mean? So I don't disagree. That's why he's in the lineup right now. I'm pretty confident with DJ Moore. Amon-Ra, there's no way he doesn't get in the end zone this week. He has to.
Against Green Bay, game. I think it's going to happen. Yeah.
I think it's the first touchdown of the game is an Amon-Ra slant or something. Come on. Really good matchups for Chase Brown and Kyron Williams this week for running backs. And Baker Mayfield has Las Vegas. He's healthy. He came back into the game last week after tweaking something and pretty much still balled out. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's stressful. I'm just glad that I have a chance. I made a run, and if I don't make it, I don't make it. But I've worked my ass off to get to this point and have a chance to win. Saquon Barkley, if he has a great game against Carolina, it's probably over. But I'm hoping and praying it's a trap game. I really think it could be. So
Carolina's got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
Isn't that worse if it's a tight game? They're going to definitely utilize it.
That's hard to say.
All year, Chris has talked so much shit in the chat.
A lot of shit. He's good at it.
Member to the league.
He's really good at it.
I love Chris. Chris is my favorite addition to that league. I fucking love it.
I wish that we could have taken him and got rid of you.
No, you don't. Here's the thing.
If that was an option.
If you got rid of me, all of any championship you win after that point is like your 8-man league, whatever. Hi, Tony.
Hey, Tony. Oh, he wasn't saying hi to me, but also
Tony Carter.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah. See. So anyway, if you got rid of me, any of your wins become like that stupid 8-man championship you won that you brag about. It doesn't mean anything.
It's not an 8-man. An 8-man league is actually a lot harder than a 12-man league.
I bet you would feel that way.
I wouldn't. I would be so glad that you were gone.
No, you wouldn't. You really would.
I don't mean that. That's
wouldn't. Even joking, you wouldn't, because it wouldn't mean anything to you. You need me to rub it in my face. You need somebody to win against.
I don't know how I got to this point. I really don't know how the fuck you've won so many. It's sickening to me. It makes me want to fucking.
Hey man,
Peter sitting over here sets his lineup. Peter sets his lineup week one and leaves it for the entire fucking year.
Former champion who's won one more recently than John. Peter.
No trade wins, man. No trade wins. He has Javonte Williams on bye. And Tank Dell. His entire team is the Houston Texans. I mean, Jesus, he has a chance. He could, if he won this week, he would have a chance. But I don't even think he's paying attention.
We got to talk about him next year, though.
Who the fuck is this? What? This looks like a fucking
He's the
clay
kicker.
human being. He looks like a clay man. Whatever. Yeah, I hope I win. Chris, again, like, he's been talking so much shit in the chat. I want this man to lose just so I can win. I'm praying and hoping. We'll see what happens. It's the kicker 1 versus the kicker 3. I don't think Pacheco's going to get a full workload. That's kind of my hope and a prayer. McBride has been amazing this year in Seattle. He put up like 26 2 weeks ago. So I don't have any, I'm hoping that he regresses a little bit against them. Maybe Seattle figures him out. Maybe, I don't know. And Juwan Jennings, fucking fuck you. Fuck you. You should not be doing good this year. And I want to see you fail desperately. Here we go.
I wish I had him in keeper. He'd be a good keeper.
Tyler, do you think it's even worth talking about your matchup?
Yeah.
Or you're playing Jake, so you might as well.
I'm playing Jake. I'm playing spoiler. I think I got an outside chance of winning still. This man is starting Sam Darnold, so anything's possible.
Sam Darnold's a QB8 on the season.
He's been
on
really
the
good.
season.
He's
Yeah.
put up 19
How's he
points
done
last
lately?
week. He
Really good.
23, 21, and 19.
Okay. Fair
That
play.
sounds awesome.
I just haven't seen a lot of pass attempts. That's all.
He literally hasn't put up less than he had one game of 9.
All right, that's fair play.
Yeah.
He's been better than Pat
How did he
Mahomes
throw 3
by a lot.
interceptions to Jacksonville? Jesus Christ!
because it's the Sam Darnold effect. You never know when he's going to blow.
He's been really good.
You never know when he's gonna blow.
He just be blowing like crazy.
Listen, man.
I guess you don't.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I want to beat Jake. It would be really funny. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be really funny. I think Jaden Reed could have another probably 20-point week against Detroit. I think he'll probably likely be the highest scorer on my team. Rico Dowdle might save me on Monday Night Football. That'd be kind of entertaining, but I don't know, man. This is
Objectively, it would be so funny if you beat me. Like if
it
it's
would be
not
pretty
me,
funny.
like outside the fact that you're dead last and I lose out on playoffs, and like who's gonna get in because of that? Probably fucking.
Oh, that would make me
Peter.
so happy.
Yeah,
Oh my
and you're
God.
starting
Like-
CeeDee Lamb and Cooper Kupp and lose.
John,
Oh,
how upsetting would it be? How upsetting would it be if I lose to Tyler and you lose and none of us make playoffs in this stupid league?
All 3 of us are out. Oh my God.
that's the
That was
best
a
case
very
scenario for
real
me.
possibility, dude.
Well, I would actually, if I don't make it, I hope that you don't make it because I don't want to
Yeah,
see you
fuck
win.
you.
So then we don't even have to talk about League of Record. Our podcast could be under 2 hours. That would be like amazing.
Oh,
Like I gotta go to
incredible.
work
Whatever.
tomorrow. You know what I mean? Well, all right. Here's the thing. Can we agree to this? If that does happen, then the kicker league replaces League of Record.
Oh God.
Absolutely not. That's you just
Sure.
say next year 11.
Then you
and
better
one.
win.
Why
Jake.
not?
You got a lot on the
No,
line.
you
now.
better
Come on,
win.
You got a
How
lot on
about-
the fucking
How
line.
about
We
the
need
one
content.
dynasty where we're all facing each other is a big deal.
That's already a big deal.
That's a super.
I'm saying
big
if,
deal.
if none of us make League of Record, that's first of all really embarrassing and pathetic. And we're gonna have to talk about the kicker league
For
instead,
you-
in which you're not even starting half your lineup.
I switched it around. I am starting it now.
I think the fact that we
that's only
talk about
embarrassing for you.
matchups that we are in is very self-serving, and I think we already lose out on viewership. I'm doing this in fantasy football. This is my
nobody
team.
gives a
I need to win.
This is literally just like a vocal way of like jacking ourselves off and punching each other in the balls. Like that's all
I
this
think,
is.
I
you know,
think
like,
honestly, people can
It's-
use this conversation and reference their own teams. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard,
my
I've
hope.
heard conflicting
That's my
opinions
hope.
on that for this segment, but yeah. So in terms of Dynasty, though, Dynasty Week 14, it's all on the line here. Sadly, and I hate to say this, Ben has locked up a first-round bye, whether he gets
Crazy.
the second or first seed, which is bullshit because the last 2 wins he's had have been like by the
Awful.
skin of his teeth, not even
They've been
that
so
impressive at
bad.
all. Fucking
113.
113 over a team that put up 96 points. And week
He
12,
played.
99 points. Are you fucking kidding me? He's
that's
the
how it
1
happens.
seed. It's for what did
Trash.
he do week 11? Week 11, 164. So like his team can do it, but the last 2 weeks I'm like, this doesn't feel like a 1 seed team to me. So
No.
a little bit frustrating, but going into week 14, me and Tyler playing each other. We are playing for a bye.
Cinema. Absolute cinema.
Playing for the bye. Jesus, man. I kind of love to see it. I really hope I get the bye, but to be fair, every time I get the bye, I lose in the semis. So maybe it's better if I don't. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
You are kind of hit with a little bit of a bipocalypse this week.
I got no Lamar. I got to start
No
Russell Wilson, baby. Let him cook. This has been my plan all year. Don't know why, but nobody wants to trade me a quarterback. Diarrhea. It might be unlimited diarrhea against the fucking Browns, dude. It would be against the Browns. This man has unlimited diarrhea. I'll tell you what, though. They played him already. They played at Cleveland. He did okay. They're at home this time. Steelers at home play amazing football. I hope that's true. They played on the road pretty well against Cincinnati. He looked pretty good. I'm really hoping that this kind of comes to fruition. I basically got him for free. I'm like, I need a quarterback.
Zach Ertz has been great this year.
You traded away Zach Ertz and Logan Thomas for Russell Wilson. That's
wow. 2026
what a disgusting
2026 thirds.
Well, it could be worse. I could have traded like Isaiah Pacheco away for Russell Wilson. And Brock Purdy and Darnell Mooney. That's crazy.
I
wouldn't. Great trade for me. No, that's a dog ass trade. That's probably the worst trade I've made in this league.
That's pretty up there. That's rough.
That's probably the worst trade I've made. It's
Pacheco,
not the worst trade
Purdy,
of the
Mooney.
league, but
yeah,
because it hasn't killed my team. I've been very successful otherwise, but yeah, it was not a good trade. None
Two
of those
these
guys
players are completely irrelevant now. Almost three of them.
Darren Waller's retired.
Right.
Kirk Cousins.
Dalvin Cook might as well be retired.
Dalvin Cook is all but retired. Yep. And it's not great. It's not great. But at the time, I was like, oh man, old guy value. Like this would be all right.
But
speaking of old guy value, my team, I'm currently starting Calvin Ridley, Adam Thielen, and DeAndre Hopkins. So
crazy.
But hey, man, all of them are more than capable of putting up great games, and they have this year. I have Devontae Adams on the bench because I'm a little bit scared of Miami again. I don't know. Like I'm not. Oh, I'm like it's a frustrating week for me. I have Joe Mixon on bye. Do I have anybody else significant on bye? Not really. But yeah, Joe Mixon has been so consistent for me. So it's the dilemma of like, do I start DeAndre Hopkins, Najee Harris, Adam Thielen? It's like there's nobody you feel confident with putting in your lineup, but they could all have a good game. Like it's crazy. I love this matchup though, Tyler. CeeDee Lamb kind of on a bender, not really looking great. Mike Evans, could obviously have another blow up game. I'd be surprised if he didn't. But
do you see the questionable tags, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, if one of those guys didn't play, that would be amazing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my starting lineup questionable.
Metcalf, DJ Moore, Juwan Johnson, Mike Evans, and CeeDee Lamb all questionable.
I hate when I can't root for anything bad to happen to you two when you're playing each other, because ultimately this matchup really only matters for a bye. Like nothing truly, none of you are missing playoffs or like.
Right. We're the only teams that are locked up. You're not locked up, and we'll get to that.
No, I did the math today. The possibility I have to be outscored by like a ridiculous amount of points. Me and Austin and Mac talked about it today.
You did in your other chat?
Oh, in your payroll group chat. Yeah.
Is that the payroll chat? Did you make sure to send their paychecks
no, that's
in?
The chat where that's the chat where they text me and you guys do stupid stuff. They were texting. Literally that conversation started today because you two.
Damn, you're trying to send us money, Tony?
Super chats? Oh, get us money.
Venmo, I don't know. Maybe maybe we need to get to a certain subscriber count. I don't know. Maybe I'll do the research. If you want to send us money, you can click the link in our Instagram bio. Though I'm more than welcome to do that anytime.
But that started today when who did Tyler pick up? And you picked up Mac
Drew
Jones
Lock.
of all people. Yeah, you guys picked up Drew Lock and Mac Jones, and they were like, "What are people doing?"
Let's get through our matchup here, and then we can talk about trades and stuff too.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Tyler. So you now roster DJ Moore. How did that go down?
Yeah, so I now have DJ Moore. That went down. It was kind of a stupid way that this happened, but with Logan, traded with Logan, his team continued to be on fire sale. I won't get into the specifics of how this had to happen, but he needed a 2026 first instead of a 2027 because God knows what fucking shit awful plan he has for that 2026 first. He'll probably trade it for a 2027 second. But he needed it, so I did the work, got DJ Moore. So I now have DJ Moore and Keenan Allen on my team. I'm all in on the Bears, which is not a good team to be all in on, if you ask me. But DJ Moore has had a great season. He's wide receiver 15 on the season. Last 3 games have been pretty awesome. Last 2 weeks specifically have been incredible. He had 16 targets against Detroit. He's put up 2 20-plus games. So I feel like I have to fire him up against San Francisco. I have obviously lost Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. So in their place, like we said, I have Russell Wilson. And right now I have Juwan Johnson. It may end up being Cole Kmet, but I don't know if I can go full Bears because they're playing San Francisco. They're a great defense. And San Francisco needs to win. So I think that's going to be a hard-fought game. But starting Alvin Kamara, Josh Jacobs, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, it's a super team. I try to be humble. This is a stupid lineup. Absolutely stupid lineup. If it doesn't win, it doesn't win. But at the end of the day, these guys are just going to stay on my team forever, and I'm going to be super okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of super teams, I mean, if certain players like Jalen Hurts, Bijan Robinson, David Montgomery, AJ Brown, Travis Kelce go off, then, you're in for a bad day.
Yeah, it's true.
It's I'm not at full strength, neither are you, which I think that's what makes this pretty solid, and it'll be an exciting matchup going into this week. I'm glad that we're both going to make it regardless. It's good for the content.
Yeah.
But I really hope I get that bye so I don't have to be sweating next week. Which if I'm sweating in week 15 and sorry, if I have to bye in week 15, that's usually the week that your team blows up on bye week.
Oh,
and
tell
then
me
the
about
next
it.
week they regress, and that's what's happened to me every single year in the semifinals. So
classic John.
I hope that doesn't happen. I'm trying not to manifest the past into the present. But I'm just glad my team's made it to this point because it was not looking good going into week 5. So
I will tell you earnestly that I am hoping to maintain the 4 or 5 spot, so that I play Ben for the championship rather than one of your 2 teams.
I just love that you're assuming you're going to make it there with no Christian McCaffrey and Isaac Guerrero. But why don't you break that down for us playing your payroll friend, Troy?
What do you mean? You assume that I'm going to we already talked. I'm 99% likely to make either. I mean, I could be in the 6th spot. That's entirely possible, I guess. But, yeah, I'm playing Troy. Troy is projected 88 points. I am projected 121.95. It's not even a crazy dunk about Isaiah Guerrero because he's looked good every time they gave him work. His worst game this season is 4.4 a carry. I guess he had 3.8 a carry. So it's a crazy dunk on me. But I'm excited that it's just him. I would be a lot more concerned if it were Jordan Mason and Isaiah Guerrero going up. But the fact that it's just him now, along with Israel
Abanikanda.
I don't know if Abanikanda is going to even be the guy behind him. I think it's
going to be Patrick him and Kyle Juszczyk.
No, it's Patrick Taylor for sure.
And Deebo Samuel.
Yeah,
I don't
even know. The active roster, baby. Welcome to hell.
Yeah, I want just no part of the 49ers right now.
The better that offense is, the better the running back on that team is going to be. I'm really not concerned about that. And also, Deebo Samuel has the last 3 weeks, dude, 6, 3, 4. Not concerned about him.
Jake, if I'm you, I'm spreading it out a little bit because this 49ers triple stack has not worked out well for you over the last couple of weeks. I'd be starting Ingram for sure.
Yeah, I might be starting Ingram. I don't know. But it's tough to say no when George Kittle's healthy because, yeah, he sucked last week, but look at every other week he's been healthy. And tell me you wouldn't start him.
Yeah, no, I can't.
I mean, his worst week when healthy is yeah, that's really it. That was a snow game, and he needed to be run blocking, and that's what happened. Sometimes it happens, but he's the tight end 3. Every time he's healthy, he's putting up like 15 points. His worst game was against Jets, who aren't very favorable to tight ends, and his second worst game is 14. So,
yeah,
not sure what I'll do there, but I'll figure that out. Yeah, I mean, there's no real other smash start. I'm starting my guys, and I think think this one should be pretty much a lock, I think, but it's entirely possible. I mean, Jerry Jeudy, saw him put up 40, so
Tracy's got a good matchup. McConkey has been very solid. He's the wide
that
receiver
is
16.
fantastic. Yeah, but he's questionable, so I don't know.
The
And you got Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy on the opposite team is kind of canceling out any good touchdowns from your team. Not canceling out, but that is kind of a factor. I got to be honest.
I mean, sure, but if he's getting touchdowns for every 4 points he gets, I get 6 points.
It's a 2-point differential on a
3 point because it's a reception.
I suppose 3 point, but it should be a 6-7 point swing every time a player of yours gets a touchdown. It really cuts down that margin. It kind of sucks when all of your good receivers and tight ends are against the quarterback that they're throwing. That is throwing.
Takes the top off him too, and I think they're going to beat him on the ground in Chicago. Chicago's been really soft against the run, and Garendo looks nice, and they have no reason to not see what they have in him. They have very little incentive because I think they're out of playoff contention, right?
Chicago, no, not yet.
No,
they're not
out. San Francisco is pretty close to being out, aren't they?
They have a 12% chance right now.
So
12% if they win. If they lose, then they're fucked, basically.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's not really a matchup I'm concerned about. I'm more focused on, what's the outcome of the Dane and Austin matchup. And figuring out where I'm going to actually be in standings, because I'd much rather, like I said, play Ben after I beat whoever is in fifth, if I'm in fourth, or fourth if I'm in fifth.
I'm glad you're thinking ahead. I really am. I'm glad that you feel like your team can win. I just, worry about this matchup first, because I think it's a little closer.
Every year you say this, and you're like, why do you have confidence? And then, I don't know, look at the record, man.
But again, this is different because your team is literally Saquon Barkley and George Kittle. So I just want you to be a little bit humble and be a little more realistic.
Justin Jefferson die?
I mean, kind of the last couple of weeks.
He's the wide receiver 3.
9, 14, 4, 16. Is that why you get Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, he's playing Atlanta, which is a smash matchup.
He hasn't scored a touchdown since week 7.
Okay.
Yikes.
So he's due.
John, you better hope.
I don't think that's the dunk you think it is. It's Justin Jefferson. I'm not concerned about it.
Okay.
He had a divisional matchup with Chicago where he was definitely getting triple teamed, and Chicago still lost. And then it's Atlanta. He plays Chicago again. I'm more concerned about Chicago. I'm not concerned about this week.
Okay, I'm just saying. I don't think it's as big of a slam dunk as you're giving it credit. That's all I'm saying. Just win this week and then worry about what other people are doing.
I have 33-point lead on him. He averages 101. I average 122. Look, anything can happen. It's fantasy. At the end of the week, I'm still in playoffs, so I don't really give a shit about this matchup. Like, it really is going to change. So that's why I'm thinking about next week, because again, nothing really is going to change other than whether I win or lose and who I end up playing in the next seeding. So
we will cross that bridge when we get to it. But why don't we move on here to survival? Oh no, dudes and duds of the week. God, we got to be better with this. Got to be better with where I throw this shit. I don't know where to put this segment.
Dudes and duds of the week.
It's gonna be actually no, I gotta go league of record because whoever did good for me got me to this point. I'm gonna go Mark Andrews. He's been stepping it up.
Nice.
Traded for him. It felt kind of risky at the time, but he has scored 3 out of the last 4. Actually, geez, man, look at the touchdowns since week 5. 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. Like he's getting the end zone. He's getting utilized. Tight end 6 on the season. So yeah, Marky Mark. And I'll say dud. I'll give it to Amon-Ra. I need you to be better than that. Yeah.
Fair.
Very good. I will say my dude of the week in Dynasty. It was Mike Evans. That was his first 100-yard game of the season, which is crazy because he's perennial 1,000-yard receiver. I don't think that's going to happen this year, mostly due to injury. I would say all due to injury because Baker Mayfield and him have looked really great. But He had 12 targets, 8 catches, 118, and a touchdown. Mike Evans is 31. He's out here balling on kids still. So
Yeah, he's very good.
love it. Love to see it. Criminally underrated. I think first ballot Hall of Famer, no question.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but basically, until this season, was a perennial 1,000-yard receiver. So how can you?
Yeah,
And
unbelievable
He's
talent.
can't hold
fantastic.
injury against him. Yeah,
It's fantastic, and it's great that he has had quarterbacks to support him.
Yeah.
I
I was going to say dud of the week.
you got a dud, yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones had 5 carries, 22 yards. He had 3 catches in that not garbage time, but right at the end of the game touchdown. But he had a fumble. He only had 5 carries. If you're a running back in the National Football League, you need more than 5 carries every week. Have better ball security and don't put your job in danger because of it. Crazy.
yeah. Jake, who do you got?
Dud of the week is CeeDee Lamb. 2 receptions on 6 targets for 39 yards. He really screwed me. Also, honorary Dud of the week, Cooper Kupp. Both of those guys are really the reason that I lost in league record. If they have normal weeks, I'm probably winning. They both really screwed me. Cooper Kupp got 3 for 17 on 6 targets as well. My dude of the week, Bucky Irving. I love this guy. 25. This is the first time he's got a full workload. 25 carries, like a serious solid RB1 workload. Put up 152 yards, 6 yards per carry for 1 touchdown. Got 3 for 3. This dude has caught almost every single target he's been given this year. If you look back at his receiving,
Baker Mayfield is that motherfucker. That's why. Look
Dude.
at Rashad White too.
it's crazy. They're just getting them. Like, he missed 1 reception week 1 and 1 reception week 4. Has not missed a reception since week 4. And it's just,
Wow.
the whole the offense is cooking, and Bucky Irving looks amazing. I'm excited for him as keeper. Honorary mention, because I want him to keep the morale up, is my guy Saquon Barkley. Please, God, Saquon, deliver me another championship.
God, I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, if you can thank Connor for that one again, and Justin Herbert, I guess, for having a
To be fair, he
marginally
traded
okay
me
year.
him. He traded me Saquon when he was still on the Giants. It's not like he traded me Saquon last year.
It's still Saquon
It
Barkley,
does not
man.
matter. It does not matter. That's irrelevant. That's completely irrelevant. Anyway, let's do a little survival football.
Survival football.
God, Saquon Barkley's so good at football.
He is very good at football.
Geez, survival football. I don't remember. I kind of didn't update the document the other week here. So
We might be in trouble.
We gave Jake the Jaguars last week because he bailed on the podcast because it was his birthday.
Lame.
So Jake gets the Jaguars.
I think we killed Trevor Lawrence, John. We gave Jake the Jaguars.
you guys, John, the actual Grim Reaper.
You might be right about that. Maybe we did kill Trevor Lawrence. Sorry, Trevor.
I feel like I might have said something about Trevor Lawrence getting killed by the Texans. I might have to go listen back to that.
Here's the crazy thing. That game was still really tight. That was
Mac Jones almost brought him back. Yeah.
That's
I'm
crazy.
gonna have to go back to last
18 unanswered points or something.
Who we picked on week 12 because I don't remember. Here, I'm gonna bring it up.
Numbers.
You guys, hold on, I gotta find this. I gotta literally play the last week's podcast so you guys don't repeat here.
Oh God,
this is gonna be good content.
All right, ruin winning.
In the meantime, I did have a little bit I wanted to do. So as you know, Jerry Jeudy popped off this week. And if there's one thing I like, it's when people bring up old tweets from people because typically they're pretty funny. I know Shaq's got some bangers out there and Pitbull as well. But from Jerry Jeudy, we have a series of tweets all on 8/6/13. So Jerry Jeudy presumably having a really great August. A lot of them. I'll just start reading them. What if you see Big Bird fucking Elmo? That's the first one. What if you see Big Bird getting beat up by the Cookie Monster for smashing Elmo? What if you see Big Bird walk to you, ask for $5 so he could buy a bag? I don't know what Jerry Jeudy was doing that he was thinking this much about Big Bird, but there's 3 more. What if you see Big Bird and Barney slap boxing? What if you see Big Bird robbing an old
What
lady.
the fuck?
What if Big Bird did a drive-by? So
Really?
I don't know.
no.
I don't know what Jerry Jeudy was doing, but he was all up on some Big Bird stuff.
Maybe like
that day.
crack?
What?
Maybe he was doing like crack or something. Was that all one day?
That
Yeah.
sounds right. That sounds like something Jerry Jeudy would do. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
We all had a time where we said crazy shit, and that's pretty tame
Fair.
for Big Bird references. Not that bad, if you ask me.
I'm fine with it. I don't have any problem with this. There are way worse tweets that Jerry Jeudy could be doing. Big Bird.
Oh, 1,000%.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's doing fine.
Well, speaking of Big Bird, I guess Jake had the Jaguars last week. Pretty sure they got their shit kicked in, literally. So that's going to be an L for Jake.
They didn't get their shit kicked in. It was 23-20.
Yeah, shit kicked in. So Jake had the Jaguars. That's another L.
I don't think that's.
Well, I mean, that's a big L for you because now you are 6-7. How's that feel? Losing record in survival football. You're not really surviving, Jake.
Victory lap, whatever you
Quite
need
the
to
opposite.
feel good about yourself.
The Packers won, right? Definitely. They won. Against the Dolphins. Oh, yeah, they destroyed the Dolphins. That's right. And the
Jerry
Lions
Judy's
beat
top
whoever
4
they're
wide
playing.
receivers.
The
Amari
Lions
Cooper,
won on
Odell Beckham
Thanksgiving.
Jr.
I'll be quite a close matchup, but the Lions did win on Thanksgiving.
Okay, cool. And the Packers beat the okay, cool. So that means Jake is 6-7, Tyler 10-3, and I'm 8-5. Creeping up on Tyler here. Let's look at the week 14 matchups.
Not a lot of weeks left, my friend.
I know. I think I have a chance this year. This is the closest I've been, and Jake, obviously, I think he's pretty much out of it purely due to the fact that he cheated this year. Whether it be
They
accidental or
knowingly
not,
cheat.
it still happens.
They knowingly cheat.
I mean, you should, try to keep track. The notes are available to all of us. You can
Yeah.
double check the notes.
Fun fact, this is a little off topic, but I pulled up the schedule here on ESPN, and it shows you tickets next to the matchups. Jacksonville at Tennessee. Anybody want to guess what the ticket prices are starting at?
$6.
$10.
Damn.
That's crazy. That's
$10
criminal.
gets you in the game. You can sit almost row 1 for like $70.
Damn.
Crazy.
It costs more to watch that at home by a lot.
Oh,
By a
yeah.
lot.
by a lot.
Like if you're trying to get NFL ticket for the rest of the year, it's like $90. So, yeah.
Monday Night Football, Cincinnati at Dallas, $17 for a standing room ticket, 400 section for $30.
That's a good game.
Dallas.
That's-
Well,
that's
it would
like-
be if there was any chance of either of those teams being in the playoffs, but there's
I
not.
mean, yeah, that's also true.
Anyway,
Sorry, I'm just
Let's see who
updating
I've
our
picked
document
here.
here.
picked a lot of
Yeah.
teams. Not a lot of
Take a look.
choices left here.
Who did I pick? Oh, the Packers.
Oh, have I picked the Eagles?
Tyler, you picked the. You
I have not
not.
picked the Eagles. Let's
How
give
is
me
that
give me those
possible?
Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. I try to set up myself for the later half of the season with some good picks. I guess the Eagles are one of them, and they're playing Carolina at
I
home.
picked the,
So,
did I pick the Dolphins yet?
negative.
No.
All right, I'll take the Dolphins.
Dolphins
Wow.
at home against the Jets. That's a risky
one.
one, but I like it.
I don't think that's that risky. Jets have looking like ass, and morale's got to be low.
Their defense is pretty good though, and
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. That's not a gimme. That's for sure.
You guys ever notice how the Eagles logo like goes the opposite direction from every other logo? It's kind of annoying, actually.
Also, you got us backwards on the graphic there.
It's true.
For what
And
it's
then
worth.
watch, if he left that, he would have called me a cheater next week.
Probably. I would've
I
been
would have
happy about
been like, you fucking cheater.
You idiot.
Fins up. Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
what
Fins up.
What
What's
is their
the-
sign?
Yeah, dude, I got some guy at the Dolphins game so good with that. It was sitting next to you guys, and John was like, "Oh yeah, my friend wants to come sit up because I just got a ticket into the game and didn't have the ticket with you guys, but I'm like, I'm here, I'm close by." John's like, yeah, my buddy wants to sit next to us. Like, is there room for him? And he's like, yeah, as long as he's a Dolphins fan. And I turned around and was like, yeah, fins up in all my Patriots stuff.
In your Troy Brown jersey from like 2004. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What is the Grim Reaper pick of the week? Like now I'm reaping players, so maybe that's the case. Which player do I want to reap this week? And I'm saying that I'm trying to emphasize
Reaper, as in
Reaper.
REAP.
Exactly. Yeah. Nothing else. Geez. Sometimes it is really hard to produce the show and talk at the same time. Anyway, let's see. I have picked. I'm looking here. Geez, Saints Giants. What a disgusting matchup. Imagine going to see that game. What are the ticket prices for Saints Giants? Can you let me know that?
Saints Giants. Oh boy.
Yeah. I must have picked the Vikings already, right?
$16.
$16. That's not bad. I have not picked the Vikings yet. I've gone Bengals, Colts, Raiders, Cowboys, Seahawks, Eagles, Bills, Lions, blah blah blah. Okay. So maybe I'm reaping Sam Darnold this week for Jake. That would feel good about that. In league of record?
Ooh.
All right, we'll go Vikings. I feel good about that. I think they could win. Yay. How do you feel about that, Jake? Jake Dolphins.
Why would you do that?
Because I want you to lose. Isn't that obvious at this point?
You're a bad person. I'm a
good
good guy.
I agree. You're a good guy. I don't like fantasy football, Jake. It is what it is.
I like ways I can control to hurt my friends and not real ways that don't matter.
I like that.
Gonna get back at us a little bit.
You guys also like that, to be fair.
Yeah, it's fair. That's very fair.
All right. On that note, yeah, I think that's gonna do it. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Wish me luck in my matchups going forward. If you
and me,
leave your favorite dude in the comments down below. I want to know who you're cheering for.
Only if it's me.
Be this guy on the right. I think everybody's cheering for Tyler. Just a handsome fellow.
If you hate John, leave that in the comments.
I'd like to know because maybe I try to work to be a better person every single day of my life. So, if you actively do hate me, then
damn, that was real.
Like, damn, if you really do, I'd like to know. But check us out. Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff at Those Fantasy Dudes. Leave your comments down below. If you're still alive, good luck. Fight to the death. Fight to the last minute. You've put the work to get into week 14. Don't give up now. Never.
It's impressive.
Never
back down. Never give up.
Never back down. Never give up.
Wise words from a wise man.
Exactly. Go check out his channel.
That's brain rock.
Thanks for tuning in to Those Fantasy Dudes podcast. Make sure to tune in next week and follow us at Those Fantasy Dudes on Instagram.